Welcome to A Taste of Theater, where everyone is a star. This is the place where playwrights from around the country will come to showcase one scene of their play.
Give me a taste, I want a taste. Taste of theater. Give me a taste, I want a taste. Taste of theater.
Victor, thank you. And it's always a pleasure to be back with your Taste of Theater, where everyone is a star. My name is Margaret Mahdi, and I'm the founder of the Mahdi Theater Company, and it's a community theater-based company right here in Chicago. Chicago's Bronzeville, the musical, all came about through inspiration. We decided that it was time to tell a story, an original story about the Great Migration. And of course, there are countless stories, documentaries, excerpts and books and newspapers about Southerners who migrated from the South to come to Chicago. And we felt that it was most appropriate to compile stories of our own family members and to delve a little bit more into the history of how Blacks survived in Chicago. So we decided to tell the story and turn it into a musical. But we would like to give credit to the late, great Mr. Sam Greenlee, who wrote Spook Who Sat Behind the Door. Years ago, like back in 2006, he and I were at breakfast, and I was talking to him about the Harlem Renaissance. And he said, you know, Margaret, everybody tells a story or have written a story or performed a musical about Harlem. And he said, you know, Chicago had its own Renaissance movement. So from his input and wisdom, back in 2006, we said, why not create some sort of outline? So we did. And at that time, we just did the Renaissance period, like the Regal Theater and the singers, the great singers of that time, like Sarah Vaughan, Billie Holiday, Cab Calloway, those stars who traveled through Chicago to perform at the Regal. So in 2006, the play was like an appetizer. So from 2006 up until 2014, we were brainstorming, and we said, you know, we have a great product, and let's fashion it. Let's bring some historians in. Let's rewrite the script. Let's add more to the script. Let's do some more research, and let's input and include the summer of 1919, the Red Summer, you know, the race riot, which was stimulated because of the blacks being here in Chicago. But more in detail, it was about a black boy that was beaten to death by some white boys because he was in the crossed over Cottage Grove and was swimming in their area. So with all of that being said, we said it would be a great historical musical to do, and we felt that it was time. So that's how Bronzeville, the musical, was birthed. But you know, there's still more to add because we would like to continue to strengthen the storyline. So yes, we did. It was debuted February 27th, 2016. It was a historical moment for all of us, and we were so blessed and thankful for the support of A Taste of Theater and the Harold Washington Culture Center and other community groups that were with us from the beginning. And it was a special occasion because Chicago Theater is an iconic edifice, and we felt the story of our ancestors is an iconic story. So what better place to showcase to the world our greatness? So we went to the Chicago theater. And you know, it's very difficult sometimes with the historical pieces because it's really difficult to squeeze everything in a time frame of an hour and a half with a 10 or 15-minute intermission. So, you know, through research, we try to analyze or incorporate the most pivotal parts of our history, meaning Black American, our history. And we said, well, we have to narrow things down. And sometimes you can incorporate a lot of our history through a song, through a dance, because it's just impossible to tell it all. So that's why there are sequels, and you can continue on and on and on. But I would like to say, just in a nutshell, it's like inspiration. You start from in the beginning where we were as a people before we came to America, and then you just begin to do snippets of our journey here and our fight here in America. And now you get to the meat of the story, which is the migration period, why Blacks wanted to leave the South to come up north. And many of us are here in Chicago today because of our great-grandparents or our aunts or our uncles who took that risk to come to Chicago. That's a very good question. Many things. I think for one that stands out the most is to appreciate the history of Black people. That we can do so much. Lorraine Hansberry did it. Richard Wright did it. Langston Hughes did it. Robert Abbott, the founder of the great Chicago Defender, he did it. And that their stories should be told because we're here because of their greatness and their sacrifices. And I think our children need to be connected with their rich heritage. A lot of times in Black entertainment, we see a lot of shuck and jive, which is, you know, there's an appetite for it all. But if we get more to the historical components of who we are, we can do a lot of positive changing minds, the mindset in our community, which can even spearhead the stop of violence, you know, because a lot of it is self-hatred. So when people come to a play and they see their beautiful Black selves on the stage celebrating greatness, class, civility, you know, we hope that that would inspire somebody to say, I can change my life and do better. So that's one thing, like inspiration. And then also we want to give up and coming artists the belief that they can achieve, you know, so. It was a wonderful challenge. It was a wonderful challenge because we know the Chicago Theater has housed many great, iconic, just genius talent from Aretha Franklin and Diana Ross to many great bands, Prince. Okay, may God bless and rest his soul. So many talents. And we said, we are of that group. We're just from the community. So we deserve to have our names written on that great wall too. We're walking and paving the way for others. And we just felt it was time. But it was a wonderful challenge. It was a lot of work, a lot of sacrifices, but through great team, a wonderful cast, support of Your Taste of Theater, other people in our community that campaigned with us, we were all blessed to make that work. Yes, I think I did. I know there was one picture, like a photographer said, well, why don't you act like it? And I'm all like, did I really write it? I was acting. I think we all did, you know, all of the cast members, and it was really awesome. Yes. I think overall, they were surprised to see community talent, not named groups, just humble community, hardworking, raw talent come together, fashion themselves as a disciplined unit to execute a professional show. I think that was one thing, because many of these persons, some trained, many of them not, for all of us of different backgrounds to come together and put our mind set on a goal so we can represent our ancestors properly. I think people were impressed with that the most. Oh, most definitely. Just the whole great migration movement. How, when, the why. What was a migration movement? Many people who live in Bronzeville today are not aware that Bronzeville was known as the Black Metropolis. It was the area where Black talent, thought, mindset, the struggle, those persons united, stayed together because they left the South. So just that story in itself, many of the cast members were not aware of that until we were doing the research and we dug in and we delved in. The history of the Chicago Defender, how Mr. Robert Abbott recruited many blacks to come from the South through his newspaper, hiding his paper through the hands of the Pullman porters and Pullman maids. So all of it was history. All of us were learning, and there's still yet more to learn. You know, I would tell them to first focus. A lot of times we see other people do it and we say, oh, we can do it, and you can, but be ready to accept the pain that comes with it and the pain of sacrifice, because there's a lot that one has to give up to achieve any great goal. I would like to share with them that they can do it, but have a dedicated mindset to do it. If you say you're going to do it, do it. Put a time to side and say, I would rather sacrifice talking on the phone to write, or I would rather sacrifice sleep to get up and be dedicated to the craft. So I think sometimes we lack the discipline, but once we have the discipline, the rigor, and that the rhythm, you just can't stop. So I would say it's very possible, but just be willing to make the necessary sacrifices to achieve whatever the goal the up and coming playwright or director or writer wants to achieve. Well, they can reach me at our email, mtcproduction@yahoo.com, or through our website, chicagobronzevillemusical.com, or Facebook, Margaret Mahdi. Mahdi Theater Company has a Facebook. Oh, and on with the show.
Where the wind blows.
Great God Almighty, better pick a belly cotton. Great God Almighty, better pick a belly day. Great God Almighty, better pick a belly cotton. Great God Almighty, better pick a belly.
folks, is a story about Minnie the Moocher. She was a low-down hoochie coocher. She was the roughest, toughest frail. Minnie had a heart as big as a whale. Hidey, 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 hide. Hidey, 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 hide. Eddie, 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 Eddie. Oh.
Nothing's gonna stop me. I'm beautiful. I am free. I've got dreams and visions ahead of me. When I get on this train, I'm moving to Chicago.
Every time we catch that train, we're moving to Chicago. Nothing's gonna stop us. Chugging north, reaching home, claiming glory with no worries. Every time we catch that train, moving to Chicago. Nothing's gonna stop us. We're not scared, we're gonna make it. Gonna show the whole wide world. We are soldiers moving forward. Every time we catch that train, we're moving to Chicago. Nothing's gonna stop us. God is walking with us. Every time we catch that train, moving to Chicago. Moving to Chicago. Moving to Chicago. Moving to Chicago.
All aboard, everybody. This train is headed to Chicago.
Moving to Chicago. Moving to Chicago.
Hey.
Moving to Chicago. Moving to Chicago. Moving to
Give me a taste, I want a taste.
Taste of theater.
Give me a taste, I want a taste.
Taste of theater.
Give me a taste, I want a taste.
Welcome to the A Taste of Theater. We would like to thank you for watching our channel and invite you to visit our website at atasteoftheater.com. There you can find a play, manage your theatrical production, acting career, or venue. Come out and see us live at our annual festival, where you can view one scene from
Give
several
me a
different
taste.
plays each night.
I want
Thanks
a
again for
taste.
tuning in, where A Taste of Theater also brings live theater to you right into your living rooms.
Give me a taste.
Would you like to have your play seen by thousands of households? Plus be compensated for it at the same time? Don't you think it's time for your productions to evolve past the four walls of a local theater? A Taste of Theater does. Introducing our new streaming app on demand on Roku, Apple, and Amazon Fire TV. The entire world can experience your play. Your production will be seen uncut, uncensored, and without interruptions. Let the next generation be influenced by your work. Don't miss out. Our submissions are filling up fast. Submit your play now before it's too late. To learn more, go to tasteoftheater.com.
The evolution will be televised.
Yeah, I'll go to town. I want to go places like that. I'm tired of sitting around here watching movies on DVD and eating food that you brought home from Uncle Joe. That is not food, that's punishment.
Nick.
What?
It's gonna get better, baby.
When, Darnell? You've been seeing us for almost 2 years now. And if it wasn't for me wanting a better life for us, we'd probably be still living over at your Uncle Joe's place.
So what you saying, I don't want a better life for us?
I'm not saying
You just
I'm
said.
not saying that you don't. I'm saying that you're not trying hard enough.
Okay, so now I'm not trying hard.
No, you're not.
You know what, nigga, if I'm not trying hard enough, why you still here?
Are you still?
No, I'm just saying, you pretty. Go get yourself a baller, that's what you want, right?
I don't want a baller. I want my husband. I just need him to start making some ball money. So that we can buy some things that we want. Go on vacations to some nice places with beautiful beaches. Rather than going down south to go visit your country relatives.
You know what, just because you make more money than me, it's always on me to do more, right?
Money has nothing
Money
to
everything.
do with this. You need a better job because the one that you have now can't get us nothing but average.
Really?
And I deserve to live better than average.
Really?
Yeah, really.
You know what, if you
Father's been sleeping with the crow.
Michelle, I'm sorry. Michelle. Look, Michelle. I had to tell you the truth. I didn't want you to find out this way, but you needed to know before you made the wrong decision.
Get away from me. Is this true, Craig? Is it true? Why, Craig? Nicole, really? I thought you were my best friend. I confided so much in you.
I finally got all the go, baby. Los Angeles, here we come. What the hell?
They broke up the patchwork shelters and just scattered us. It's like cattle. Just like they're trying to scatter you. I know. I've hoped so many hopes, dreamed so many dreams, and seen them swept aside by weather, burned away by fire, scared away by goons and thugs. I used to wonder if it wouldn't be better just to haul off and quit hoping. Just protect my own mind and heart by drawing it up into a hard...
You know, I've been dating around. You know, I've been going on a lot of dates. Yeah, I got about 4 in rotation right now.
I'm sorry, can I get you ladies anything to drink?
I'll have a Tanqueray and tonic on the rocks.
I'll have an orange juice. Gin and juice on the rocks, please.
Tonight, I think I'll have a white Zinfandel.
I'll just have water.
Make that a holy water.
Whatever. Miss Leah, who is paying for your drink? Because, you know, we love you and all, but it's tight out here.
I know, girl. That handsome man right there, because he's been staring at me all night. You love it.
If you want, I can chop her on the back.
You know men never cease to stop playing games.
I know that's right.
I know what you mean. It's like they expect you to date only within the same nationality.
Hey, honey.
So, I called you up here today to let you know that family and I are getting divorced.
What?
Well, family, actually it was me.
What? So we know who the real hold is Tammy is now.
Yes. I'm sorry, Jackie. Yeah, we're here for you. We love you. I look at so much drama right now, this is safe. Are you gonna be okay? Yeah.
I've been that I need to be, yeah. Show you things you need to see. Oh, don't have to worry. It's okay, baby. I'm right here, waiting. Oh, I'll be the man I need to be. Show you things that you need to see.
Hello, Rhonda. It's good seeing you again. Get some love from you.
Listen, we need to talk. Okay, you have no idea what is going on in your brother's life.
I know. I know what Dante does. Okay, but I also know my brother, and I know he's not involved in any of that. Look, he came over here to talk to Quentin. That was it. He didn't come over here to hurt anyone.
Okay, that's exactly.
He didn't come over here to hurt anyone.
That is exactly my point.
On 3 buses for? Y'all want them papers, you'll have to get them your own self.
We can't get it, Paris. It's in a strong box, in a hole under Johnny's desk. He don't trust me no more. Since I told him I want to leave, and Phyllis ain't got no reason to be in his room. He always keeps his office door locked.
Well, how am I supposed to get in?
Johnny need a bartender, and all I got to do is say...